A very good afternoon to you. This is your lunchtime news bulletin, come to you live here on MTV Sports with News First. I'm Shah and Jurang Fati, and as always, let's start off with a look at your headlines. President Mahinda Rajapaksa says that the UN system should be astute to ensure the consistency of standards applied to countries. 3 persons who were attempted to smuggle gold worth over 10 million rupees arrested. Iranian president prepared to engage in time-bound and results-oriented nuclear talks. Now here for the stories in detail. President Mahinda Rajapaksa says that the United Nations system should be astute to ensure the consistency of standards applied to countries. He made the statement during his address to the 68th UN General Assembly.
The principles of equal treatment of countries, which has been the very basis of this global organization. Be it economic or political issues, equality must form the bedrock of all international interactions. It is fitting for the UN system to examine the cause for the failure in improving the lot of the deprived. In the context of Sri Lanka, my vision has been to distribute the benefits of growth across all segments of population and prevent inequalities, social exclusion, and adverse environmental effects, in spite of the visible progress made and consistent engagement with UN mechanisms. Many countries are surprised at the disproportionate emphasis on Sri Lanka and the unequal treatment through the multilateral framework. The basis for this relentless pursuit is also questioned. It is my conviction that the UN system should be astute to ensure the consistency of standards applied so that there is no room for suspicion of manipulation of the UN system by interested parties to fulfill their agendas.
Elections Commissioner Mahinda Deshapriya says a committee with extensive powers will be appointed to carry out investigations into the discovery of ballot papers at a polling centre located at St Andrews College in Puttlam. Speaking at a media briefing today, Elections Commissioner Mahinda Deshapriya said the committee will be headed by the Secretary to the Ministry of Public Administration.
Ballot papers that were marked and valid for counting were discovered at St Andrews College in Puttlam. Police investigations have been carried out after the incident drew public protest. The commissioner said that every official in the election hierarchy was discredited by the incident. The commissioner added that the Criminal Investigations Department is carrying out investigations into the discovery of these ballot papers. Meanwhile, candidates who contested the recently concluded provincial council elections staged a protest opposite the Puttlam district secretariat, demanding another election in the district following the discovery of the ballot papers.
Well, also making headlines this afternoon, 3 persons who attempted to smuggle gold worth over 10 million rupees out of the country were arrested at the Katsnaike airport today. According to Customs spokesperson Leslie Gamini, a woman is among the 3 persons arrested for attempting to smuggle gold to Mumbai, India. He added that the suspects had attempted to smuggle nearly 2 kilograms of gold, which they had concealed within their body. Gamini said that the suspects are being questioned at present. Meanwhile, the 21st National Virujana Award ceremony and the National Students Virujana Award ceremony was held yesterday at the Ministry of Education. The award ceremony was held under the auspices of Minister of Education Bandula Gunawardena and Senior Minister P. Daratna. Our war heroes have provided many fine examples to the world. They exemplified cultural ideals during the humanitarian mission when they saved hundreds of innocent unarmed civilians. There are about 4 million students who have learned from these sacrifices and examples. We have a student movement that has made many sacrifices to protect the lives of people. Over 40 female migrant workers who traveled to the Middle East have returned to the country over the past 6 months due to mental illnesses. Sri Lanka Foreign Employment Bureau spokesperson Mangala Ramdaniya says investigations conducted revealed that a majority of workers who returned in this manner had concealed these mental illnesses before departing from Sri Lanka. Ramdaniya requests migrant workers and their families not to conceal any sicknesses that they may have prior to leaving the country, as symptoms of such mental illnesses could appear once again. Meanwhile, principals in the Western Province have been informed not to obtain money in addition to facility fees from parents who intend to enroll their children to grade 1.
Education Director of the Western Province, PAN Aila Peruma, said that these instructions were conveyed to school principals in the Western Province through zonal educational directors. Thereby, obtaining additional money from parents for school development activities is not permitted. Aila Peruma added that interviews for enrolling students for grade 1 have already commenced. He added in certain schools, students have already been selected and documents are being prepared for them to be enrolled.
Also, an individual died when a three-wheeler veered off the road and fell into a precipice in the 7th mile post area on the Badulla Bandaravela road. According to the police, one individual suffered injuries and was admitted to the Badulla hospital. The victim has been identified as a resident of the Blackwood area in Nekapota. Well, starting off sports news with cricket. The third 4-day unofficial test between Sri Lanka A and New Zealand A is currently underway at the Dambulla International Cricket Stadium. The New Zealand A team resumed their innings on an overnight score of 224 for 4 in reply to Sri Lanka A's first innings score of 555 for 6 declared. Overnight batsman Tom Latham, who made a captain's knock of 77 runs, was the first wicket to fall today thanks to the bowling of Nuwan Pradeep. Luke Ronchi stabilized the innings with a century. He managed to score 134 runs before being undone by Nuwan Pradeep. The Kiwis A team was eventually dismissed for a first inning totals of 391 runs. Nuwan Pradeep was the chief destroyer for the Sri Lankan A team with 4 wickets, while Malinda Pushpakumara dismissed 3 Kiwi batsmen. And that ends today's edition of Lunchtime News. Thank you very much for watching. For News First, I'm Shanjirang Pati.
Hotline 0114-896-896. www.newsfirst.lk. Feedback at newsfirst.lk.